अहमद की ड्यूटीज के बारे में। सो अहमद जो है वो कस्टोडियन है सभी फाइलों का। सो व्हाट इज द मेन ड्यूटी ऑफ द अहमद? टू मेंटेन all relevant registers properly as prescribed by High Court rules and orders. Volume 4, Chapter 24, Appendix Part 1 and 2, and Volume 6, Part A, 4, Part B4, and as per the instructions issued by the Honorable High Court. So, Ahlmad jo hai, he will register the new institutions and he will also index the same. He will issue process in the files as ordered by the court. Then on receipt of the summons processes from the process serving agency, he will make reports on the order sheets of the concerned file. Then he'll make proper entries in the registers regarding result of the cases and enter Goshwara numbers in the registers. He will prepare fresh and complete indices of the files for consignment. And he will consign the same in the record room within the prescribed time. Then जैसे मैंने पहले कहा था कि Ahlmad is the custodian of all the files. So maintenance and safe custody of judicial files is the responsibility of the Ahlmad. Periodical statements बनाएंगे वो. Files को inspect करवाएंगे under rules under the rules. He will send complete record to the copying agency. Then on receipt of requisition slip, he will send the requisition record to the concerned quarter. Then the Goshwara number given by the record officer in the challan shall be entered in the record register in the court registers. The Ahlmad will get them checked and compared by the presiding officer on the first working day in the month of February, May, August, and November with the Goshwara numbers entered in the challan in order to confirm that the entries are correctly made. ये quarterly inspection जब होती है तो check होंगे ये सब. Then get all the court registers checked and signed by the presiding officer monthly. ये हर महीने होगा ये. Then Ahlmad के लिए general guidelines. He shall submit all files fixed for next day to the reader before lunch for preparation of the cause list. अगर Ahlmad file नहीं देगा तो cause list बनाना बहुत मुश्किल होगा. Receive processes from the process serving agency in the files fixed for next day. Place them on record and affix initials with the report of processes issued and processes received with date. अब ये प्रोसेसेस जो हैं एक दिन पहले लेने चाहिए Ahlmad को, ना कि सेम डे. सेम डे लेने में कई बार ऑर्डर पहले हो जाता है और प्रोसेस बाद में आता है. सो एज अ प्रैक्टिस प्रोसेस जो है वो प्रोसेस सर्विंग एजेंसी को चाहिए कि वो Ahlmad के पास एक दिन पहले दे दें ताकि Ahlmad उसको रिकॉर्ड में एंट्री कर ले. Then before starting the work of the day, sort out all files received from the court fixed for previous day. जो भी Ahlmad के पास एक दिन पहले की फाइलें आई हैं, जो रीडर साहब ने फाइलें कंप्लीट करके भेजी हैं, उसको ठीक से सॉर्ट आउट करके अरेंज करना है. Now the Ahlmad has to divide the files into 4 categories: newly instituted, decided cases, जिसमें compliance होनी है, to be complied cases, और वो केसेस जिसमें कोई कंप्लायंस की जरूरत नहीं है, नो कंप्लायंस टू बी नीड। तो जो जिसमें कोई कंप्लायंस ही नहीं करनी है उनको शेल्स में लगा देंगे अकॉर्डिंग टू डेट्स। जो न्यूली इंस्टीट्यूटेड केसेस हैं उनको रेलिवेंट रजिस्टर्स में एंट्री करेंगे और जो रजिस्ट्रेशन नंबर है, रजिस्टर नंबर जो है ईच फाइल पे वो लगाया जाएगा। हर फाइल पे इंडेक्स लगेगा और उसके बाद उनको कैटेगरी वाइज रखा जाएगा। और उसके बाद जो थर्ड कैटेगरी है जिसमें टू बी कंप्लाइड केसेस हैं उनको लिया जाएगा। उनको भी दो कैटेगरीज में डिवाइड किया जाएगा, अर्जेंट कंप्लायंस एंड नॉट सो अर्जेंट कंप्लायंस। सो उसके बाद कंप्लायंस प्रायोरिटी वाइज होगी, जो बहुत अर्जेंट है उनको पहले और जो नॉट सो अर्जेंट है उनको उसके बाद कंप्लायंस सबकी होगी। Then he will restore the complied files in bundles on shelves as per the dates fixed. उसके बाद वो सेकेंड कैटेगरी ऑफ फाइल्स लेंगे डिसाइडेड केसेस की। Then he will prepare the files for consignment. The consignment has to be done within 15 days of decision. Then he shall prepare the certificate to be annexed with monthly statement. और अहमद को ये ध्यान रखना चाहिए कि जब वो ये सारी कंप्लायंस कर रहे हैं या अपना काम कर रहे हैं तो एडवोकेट्स या लिटिगेंट्स उनके कमरे में ना आए और उनके काम में इंटरफेयर ना करें। जो इंस्पेक्शन है फाइल्स की वो अहमद को चाहिए कि वो अपने सामने कराएं अपनी सुपरविजन में, एंट्री इंस्पेक्शन रजिस्टर में करने के बाद। बिना इंस्पेक्शन रजिस्टर में एंट्री करे कोई भी फाइल इंस्पेक्शन के लिए ना दें। जो भी एडवोकेट ने अगर नोट्स बनाने हैं वो लेड पेंसिल से, जो सिक्के वाली पेंसिल होती है उससे बनाए, ना कि पेन से। उनको फाइल का पता होना चाहिए ताकि फाइल में कुछ भी टैंपरिंग ना हो सके उस टाइम इंस्पेक्शन के टाइम। तो पेन तो अलाउड ही नहीं है, तो सिक्के वाली पेंसिल जो है वही उसी से ही काम होगा उस टाइम, पेन अलाउड नहीं है। जो अहमद है वो किसी भी वकील को या किसी क्लर्क को फाइल नहीं हैंड ओवर करेंगे अगर कई बार एडवोकेट कहते हैं कि हमें इसकी फोटोकॉपी करानी है, वो अपने मुंशी को भेज देते हैं या खुद आते हैं, तो आप फाइल उनको नहीं देंगे। पब्लिक प्रोसिक्यूटर या एडिशनल पब्लिक प्रोसिक्यूटर जो है, असिस्टेंट पब्लिक प्रोसिक्यूटर्स, उनको भी कोई भी फाइल हैंड ओवर नहीं की जाएगी विदाउट द परमिशन ऑफ द कोर्ट। अगर पीपी साहब कहते हैं कि उन्होंने इंस्पेक्शन करनी है तो एज पर रूल्स ही कर सकते हैं इंस्पेक्शन, फाइल उनको हैंड ओवर नहीं की जाएगी। जो वकीलों के मुंशी हैं उनको इंस्पेक्शन नहीं अलाउ करेंगे, वकील को अलाउ करेंगे। तो अहमद अब रोज की रोज क्या काम करेंगे? जो भी फाइलें हैं उनको सुबह अलमेरा से निकालेंगे, जो फाइलें कॉज लिस्ट में लगी हुई हैं। बाइफरकेट द रिकॉर्ड्स अकॉर्डिंग टू कैटेगरीज, जैसे कि रिमांड पेपर्स, फिक्स्ड फॉर सर्विस, फिक्स्ड फॉर रिटन स्टेटमेंट, रिप्लाई फिक्स्ड फॉर एविडेंस, फिक्स्ड फॉर कंसिडरेशन, फिक्स्ड फॉर फाइनल आर्ग्यूमेंट्स, फिक्स्ड फॉर ऑर्डर्स, फिक्स्ड फॉर जजमेंट्स। जैसे कैटेगरी वाइज कॉज लिस्ट में है उसी तरीके से कब रिमांड पेपर्स चाहिए, कब उनको रिटन स्टेटमेंट वाली या सर्विस वाली फाइलें चाहिए, रिप्लाई पे कौन सी लगी है, उनको उस सीक्वेंस में अरेंज करेंगे और एक रफ लिस्ट प्रिपेयर करेंगे केसेस फिक्स्ड फॉर द नेक्स्ट डे। He will receive processes from the process serving agency in the cases fixed for the next day. Check the processes served or unserved. Attach them with the record. Make a report of service of processes on the left margin of the running Jimny order sheet and put initials. जो लेफ्ट साइड पे जो मार्जिन होता है उसमें रिपोर्ट देंगे प्रोसेस डिफेंडेंट नंबर 1 का सर्व हो गया, नंबर 2 का अनसर्व्ड है। आप एस या यूएस लिख सकते हैं ताकि पेंसिल से, ताकि छोटा सा रहे। पेन से नहीं लिखेंगे आप कोई भी रिपोर्ट, पेंसिल से छोटी सी रिपोर्ट लिखेंगे। नंबर 1 एस, नंबर 2 एस, नंबर 3 यूएस अनसर्व्ड। इस तरीके से आप रिपोर्ट जैसे बनाएंगे, छोटी सी रिपोर्ट बनाएंगे और नीचे अपने इनिशियल्स करेंगे कि आपकी रिपोर्ट है। और कोर्ट में फाइल देने से पहले चेक करेंगे कि फाइल में कोई फटा हुआ पन्ना तो नहीं है। इंडेक्स को अपडेट करेंगे आप, इंडेक्स आपका कंप्लीट होना चाहिए उस दिन तक। 12 बजे तक प्रेफरेबली आप रीडर के पास पेशी भेज देंगे, और अगर नहीं भेज पाते तो कम से कम लंच टाइम तक आप पेशी भेज दीजिए रीडर के पास। फिर आप कोऑर्डिनेट करेंगे विद द रीडर इन केस ऑफ एनी रिकॉर्ड नॉट टैलिंग विद द डेली कॉज लिस्ट। अगर डेली कॉज लिस्ट में 25 केस लगे और आपने 22 केस भेजे हैं तो वो बाकी के 3 केस आपको ढूंढ के देने पड़ेंगे। फिर रिसीविंग न्यू केसेस फ्रॉम द फाइलिंग सेक्शन, उनको चेक करना और फिर रीडर के सामने पुट अप करना। आप चेक करेंगे कि उसमें फाइल ठीक है, सीक्वेंस ठीक है, सब कुछ ठीक है, उसमें पेज कोई फटा तो नहीं हुआ, मिसिंग तो नहीं है। Then you will check the copy application received from copying agency. Comply and send the record after due entry in the concerned register. आपकी कोर्ट से कोई भी फाइल, कोई भी कागज बाहर नहीं जाएगा बिना रजिस्टर में एंट्री किए। और रजिस्टर में एंट्री आप तभी करेंगे जब आपको आपके प्रिजाइडिंग ऑफिसर डायरेक्शंस देंगे, पर उनकी परमिशन के बिना कोई भी रिकॉर्ड कहीं नहीं जाएगा। Then comply with process service application. Comply with application for record room. Comply with dockets from appellate divisional court. Handle the peshi of the previous day received from the court. Now, what are the steps on institution of suit? Step 1. Institution register में entry करेंगे आप। Receipt of plaint in the court by reader. The reader to examine the plaint and endorse the same with date of receipt and sign. Prepare list of all plaints and applications received. Appeals, plaints, petitions to be checked for proper stamp. And then refer to presiding officer for orders. File all pages and documents. File की stamp लगती है। फिर अहमद ने नोट करना है इंस्टीट्यूशन एंड डिस्पोजल रजिस्टर, एडमिशन रजिस्ट्रेशन ऑफ प्लेन्स, रिजेक्शन ऑफ प्लेंट, plaintiff to give copies of plaint on plain paper as many as defendants. ये आप चेक करेंगे कि पूरी कॉपीज हैं। Copies to be examined by reader and endorsed. Then fixed date for summoning. तो रिसीविंग है अहमद के द्वारा है। फिर इशू ऑफ सम्मन्स जो है, सम्मन्स टू बी इशूड ऑन द प्रिस्क्राइब्ड प्रिंटेड परफॉर्मा टू बी सप्लाइड बाय द प्लेंटिफ, duly filled in, leaving date blank. So ये है notification dated 10/2/1982, order 7, rule 9, 1A of CPC. इसके साथ copies of the plaint जो कि सप्लाई होंगी वो उतनी ही होंगी जितने डिफेंडेंट्स हैं। अगर 5 है तो 5 कॉपीज प्लेंट की होंगी, 10 है तो 10 होंगी। जो प्रोसेस फी है इन लमसम टू बी पेड, Ahlmad will write the date fixed for appearance. and date for the process server to return the summons to the court. Then summons should be clear and legible. It should be signed by the presiding officer, law official, as authorized. And seal जो है कोर्ट की वो लगी होगी इस पे. इस पे फुटनोट लिखा जाएगा कि डिफेंडेंट शैल within 30 days from date of service be present and will file a written statement. Service of summons to be made by delivering or tendering copy thereof to defendant in person or through authorized agent after obtaining signatures in acknowledgement. और जहां पे डिफेंडेंट या उसका एजेंट मना कर देता है सम्मन्स लेने से, या वो एब्सेंट है या वो नहीं मिलता डिस्पाइट बेस्ट एफर्ट्स, द प्रोसेस सर्वर्स टू affix the summons on the outer door or some conspicuous part of his house or place of business. ये उस पे फुटनोट लिखा जाएगा. फिर on receipt of summons from process serving agency with the report of process server, place the same on the file and give a note regarding service or otherwise, जैसे बताया कि on the left side of the chimney order. अब एक डायरी ऑफ प्रोसेस फी होती है जो आप मेंटेन करेंगे सेपरेट शीट पे, which should be devoted to the sole purpose of maintaining a record of process fee. And this diary should be in the prescribed form. No process shall be prepared or issued until proper fee for the service thereof has been paid. बिना प्रॉपर फी के आप प्रोसेस नहीं इशू करेंगे. प्रोसेस फी को क्या कहते हैं? तलवाना. और जब तलवाना आ जाता है तो एक रसीद दी जाएगी पार्टी को या प्लीडर को. Then take the court fee label, affix the same to the diary of process fee and immediately punch the same. Then prepare automated summons. Issue process for each person to be served. Summons जो है वो डुप्लीकेट में जाएंगे. क्रिमिनल केसेस में नॉन कॉग्निजेबल केसेस जो हैं वहां summons to be served through process serving agency of court, and cognizable cases में summons to be served through process serving agency of police station. Summons issued for service at any place outside the local limits of jurisdiction be ordinarily sent in duplicate to the magistrate within local limits of whose jurisdiction the person summoned resides. In case of urgency, permit the prosecuting agency to send summons directly to police station concerned. अब अगर summons जो है have been sent to any district, vernacular of which differs, then summons to be accompanied by translation in English. अगर हिंदी तो सब समझते हैं, अगर आपको लगता है हिंदी कोई नहीं समझ पाएगा तो उसकी ट्रांसलेशन इंग्लिश में भी जाएगी. अब जहां गवर्नमेंट सर्वेंट्स हैं, then issue summons in duplicate to the head of the office in which summoned person is employed, who will cause summons to be served upon that person. Head of the person पे जाएंगे. Then issue summons in the name of secretary, local manager or principal office of the body corporate, जैसे MC है, improvement trust है. अब जहाँ आर्मी में है employed, तो issue summons addressed to the head of the officer or head of department or officer commanding the regiment where the summoned person is serving. Railways के summons हैं तो issue summons in duplicate to the head of the office in which summoned person is employed, who will cause summons to be served upon that person. अब पुलिस में है अगर कोई, to summon an officer of the police as a witness, route the summons through superintendent of police, or in case of outpost, the assistant or deputy superintendent of police in charge of that outpost. अब doctors हैं, medical officers हैं, so clearly mention on summons whether the medical officer concerned is being called to give evidence as an expert or to give evidence in case with which he dealt in ordinary course of his duties. Medical examination किया हो उन्होंने, MLR हो फाइल पे, तो लिखिए कि ये MLR है, ये रिकॉर्ड लेके आएंगे और इसलिए आपको बुलाया जा रहा है. और अगर एज एक्सपर्ट बुलाया जा रहा है तो मेंशन कीजिए यू आर बीइंग कॉल्ड एज एन एक्सपर्ट. तो फॉरवर्ड द समन्स टू सिविल सर्जन and furnish complete particulars of documents required for the witness. जहां गार्डियंस एंड वार्ड्स एक्ट है उसमें एप्लीकेशन फॉर अपॉइंटमेंट ऑफ गार्डियन ऑफ पर्सन एंड प्रॉपर्टी ऑफ माइनर इज रिसीव्ड बाय द गार्डियन जज. सो उसको एंट्री करेंगे सिविल मिसलेनियस रजिस्टर नंबर 2 में. Notice to respondent be issued in Form B, Volume 2, Chapter 2, Part B, High Court Rules and Orders. जहां पे guardian appointed होता है for property of the minor and he is directed to file accounts periodically, then the Ahlmad shall make entry in register number 26, Form E. Then the particulars prescribed in the register shall be entered from time to time as soon as orders are passed by the court. Then cases be entered in the register chronologically and an alphabetical index thereof be given in the beginning of the register. फिर एक सर्टिफिकेट ऑफ गार्डियनशिप भी दिया जाता है इन फॉर्म F, जो कि हाईकोर्ट रूल्स एंड ऑर्डर्स के वॉल्यूम 2, चैप्टर 2, पार्ट B में है. जो गार्डियन अपॉइंट होता है he shall execute a bond in form number D, which is in volume number 2, chapter 2, part B, High Court Rules and Orders. अब जहां पे मैटर जो है that is not within the jurisdiction of the court, the court shall order return of the plaint to be presented before the court of competent jurisdiction. So Ahlmad क्या करेगा? He shall complete the index of file. He shall check the documents. He shall make entries in register number 8. Hand over the file to the plaintiff. Keep a copy of the file. Copy रखना जरूरी है. Original Jimny order and final order to be placed on the file to be returned, and certified copy of the final order to accompany the original file handed over to the plaintiff. अब जब plaint reject हुई है तो original Jimny order आपकी फाइल में लगेगा, certified copy जो है original फाइल में लगेगा जो कि जाएगी दूसरी कोर्ट में. अब जहां सेक्शन 89 CPC की कंप्लायंस होती है, read with order 10A. So when pleadings are complete where court finds an element of settlement of the dispute, the case shall be referred to either of the forums, arbitration, conciliation, judicial settlement through लोक अदालत या mediation. तो इसमें अहमद क्या करेंगे? जब रेफर हो रहा है मैटर ADR को, he shall arrange the file sequence wise and prepare an index entering all pleadings and documents after page marking. He shall send the original file along with referral order to the forum concerned. Make entry in dispatch register. Keep a track that case file is received back by the court with the report on or before the date fixed. And if the file is disposed of, then proceed according to procedure for disposal disposed of cases. In case of reference of matter to mediation, the Ahlmad shall send copy of the petition along with the referral order to the mediation center well before date fixed, and he shall make entry in dispatch register. अब यहाँ जब mediation में आप फाइल भेज रहे हैं तो original फाइल नहीं जाएगी. On receipt of information from mediator on mediated case, the information form shall be put up before the presiding officer along with the entire record for further orders. फिर फाइल पे जो डॉक्यूमेंट्स आते हैं, all documents produced by parties in the course of the suit, whether with the pleadings or during evidence, have to be received on the record. The Ahlmad has to compare the documents with the list of documents. अगर वो सही है तो he will sign on the list. Later on, he has to make a note on the list whether the document was admitted during evidence or rejected or returned to the party concerned or impounded. Then documents in original to be kept in safe covers so that the documents are not damaged. Then documents which are admitted in evidence, जो कि पार्टी दूसरी मान लेती है कि सही है, हमने ये एग्जीक्यूट किया है, have to be placed in a strong cover. Then you have to keep separate covers for documents produced by plaintiff and separate cover for the documents produced by the defendant. जो storing covers हैं ये parties खुद provide करेंगी. Then return of documents. Documents admitted or not admitted in evidence can be returned to the parties producing them on the final disposal of the case. Subject to the provisions of Order 12, Rule 9, in compliance with orders of the court, return the original documents subject to placing on record certified copy of the same. Then making entries in register number 24, जो कि Volume 6, Part A4, High Court Rules and Orders में दिया हुआ है. In pending cases, application is maintainable before the court, whereas in decided cases, application shall be made before the officer in charge of record room. अब जहाँ forged और defective documents हैं, अगर अहलमद के नोटिस में आता है कि ऐसा कोई डॉक्यूमेंट है जो कि seems to be tampered, erased, interlined or suspicious, then he shall make a note to that effect on the margin of Zimini order with date. जो warrant of arrest है, every warrant should be in Form 2 given in Schedule 5 of CRPC. Warrant issued under Section 90 CRPC should be in Form 7. उसका format क्या होगा? Person, father's name, caste, tribe or nationality, residence, place, his identity beyond doubt. So exercise great care in distinguishing summons from warrants. अब जो क्रिमिनल फाइल्स आती हैं अहलमद के पास, उसमें पहले मैजिस्ट्रेट ऑर्डर करते हैं to the Ahlmad to check up the document and report. Then Ahlmad will examine that there are copies of police report equal to the number of accused persons. He will report that all the document statements mentioned in list of documents are enclosed with police report. He shall place on file the FIR received in the court from the police station by Ilaka magistrate या duty magistrate, on which the magistrate had recorded the date and time जब वो receive हुआ है. Then place on record the statement recorded under section 164 CRPC. वो अगर दूसरी कोर्ट में रिकॉर्ड हुई है तो भी आपने कॉपी लेके उस पर रखनी है, अटैच करनी है उसके साथ. Then place on record any statement, dying declaration, कुछ भी किसी भी कोर्ट में रिकॉर्ड हुआ हो इस केस के मुतालिक. Place on court file all remand papers, bail applications, court proceedings, court orders, bail orders pertaining to that FIR received from superior courts, bail bonds, surety bonds, superdari bonds, etc. in case of release of case property during pendency of trial. Then Ahlmad shall make a report after doing the needful and will submit the file to the court and will not hand over the file to the police officer presenting the challan in the court. File कहाँ जाएगी? कोर्ट में, ना कि पुलिस ऑफिसर के पास. Under order of the court, the Ahlmad will thereafter enter the police challan in the appropriate register kept in the performa given in part B4 of the High Court Rules and Orders, volume 6. And he will mention the registration number of on the challan. In case of a private complaint, the complaint shall be received in the court and the court shall pass appropriate order of registration of the same. Ahlmad will register the complaint in appropriate register and place the register number on the file. Where court passes orders for issuance of processes, Ahlmad shall prepare summons or warrants as per order of the court in the prescribed form, that is form number 1 in the second schedule for summons and form number 2 for warrants of arrest on bailable warrants. Process shall be in writing in duplicate, signed by the presiding officer and shall bear seal of the court. Summons shall be sent to process serving agency and warrants shall be issued to the police for execution of process. Ahlmad shall make entry in dispatch register and hand over the process to process serving agency or the naib court as the case may be, after obtaining signatures in token of the receipt of their execution. जब compliance के बाद process वापस आता है, Ahlmad shall place it on the relevant case file and make a report about compliance या non-compliance on the left side of Jimny order at least 1 day before the date fixed for hearing of the case. और ये रिपोर्ट पेन से नहीं पेंसिल से ही लिखी जाएगी. अब अगर ये वारंट जो है एग्जीक्यूशन के लिए ज्यूरिसडिक्शन से बाहर भेजना हो तो the warrant will be handed over to the police or forwarded to the concerned area by post to the magistrate of that area within the local limits of whose jurisdiction it is to be executed. या तो बाय पोस्ट भेजा जाएगा उस एरिया के मैजिस्ट्रेट को या थ्रू पुलिस. उस वारंट के साथ और क्या जाएगा? Substance of the complaint या FIR against the accused as may be sufficient to enable that court whether bail should or should not be granted to the accused. कोर्ट को, जिस कोर्ट के पास आपने भेजा उसको ये पता होना चाहिए केस है क्या, तो उसका FIR के पर्टिकुलर्स अंडर व्हाट सेक्शंस ये लिखे जाएंगे. Then issuance of proclamation under section 82. So issue on form number 4 appended to schedule 2 of CPC. इस पे endorsement लिखी जाएगी that it shall be publicly read in some conspicuous place at the town or village in which such person ordinarily resides. It shall be affixed at some conspicuous part of the house on homestead in which such person ordinarily resides or to some conspicuous place of such town and place. एक तो पढ़ा जाएगा वहां पे, दूसरी चिस्पानगी की जाएगी. A copy thereof shall be affixed to some conspicuous part of the courthouse. तो आप क्या करेंगे, 4 कॉपीज बनाएंगे प्रोक्लेमेशन वारंट की. 3 तो अफिक्स हो जाएंगी, चौथी जो है कोर्ट में वापस आएगी विद द रिपोर्ट. ऑन द वारंट एज अ फुटनोट write a direction to the serving constable to appear before the court on a particular date to record his statement regarding execution of the warrant. So इस डेट में और accused के appear होने की डेट में 1 महीने का गैप होना चाहिए. अब ट्रैफिक पुलिस चालान केसेस हैं, इसमें लिस्ट ऑफ पुलिस चालान इन डुप्लीकेट along with पुलिस चालान be presented to the Ilaka magistrate by the police official directly. Ilaka magistrate will endorse and direct the Ahlmad to comply. Ahlmad will receive the challans, give receipt to the police official after checking and counting the challans, comparing with the list. Then Ahlmad will make an entry in register number 13, Register of Traffic Cases, Volume 6, High Court Rules and Orders. They enter the serial number as in the register on the second copy of the list and hand over the same to a police official with his signatures. In no case, Ahlmad or reader shall receive traffic challans without order of the magistrate concerned. And if any challan is found lying with the Ahlmad or reader, which has not been entered in the traffic challan register, the matter has to be reported by the magistrate to district and sessions judge for taking action. Then the Ahlmad will arrange the challans according to the dates fixed by the police. Enter the challans in disposal register number 11, volume 6, part B4, High Court Rules and Orders. Then he shall enter all challans date-wise for disposal, even if the accused does not appear. Then notice be issued to the accused who is not present. Decided challans to be consigned to the record room. A cancellation या untraced report जब आती है, that is received by the presiding officer from the Naib court through the public prosecutor. Presiding officer shall pass an order directing the Ahlmad to register the same after checking. Then Ahlmad will check the same in the manner as he is checking the challan report under section 173. Then he will enter the same in separate register meant for such cases, that is register number 3, volume 6, part B4, High Court Rules and Orders. उसके बाद cancellation या untraced report जो है, it will be put up before magistrate for further proceedings. जब cancellation report या untraced report allow हो जाती है, उसका order pass होता है. So the file shall be dispatched by the Ahlmad to the SSP, SHO, या quarters concerned, as per the directions issued by the court, along with copy of the last order passed by the court. Ahlmad shall make an entry in the dispatch register and hand over the same to the Naib court against proper receipt for delivery to the quarter concerned. उसके बाद नायब कोर्ट वहां से रिसीविंग लेके आएगा and the same shall be placed on record by the Ahlmad. In some cases, court issues notice to the complainant before passing final order. In all those cases, the cancellation untraced report shall be entered in the cause list on the date of hearing, and on each date, proceedings shall be recorded in the file, and action shall be taken by Ahlmad in accordance with the orders passed by the court. Then after pronouncement of final order, the judicial papers shall be consigned to the record room. अब कई बार order आता है regarding rearrest of cases of appeals in High Court. अब जहां पे where accused is acquitted by the trial court, the appeal is admitted or decided. The High Court at times passes orders that accused be rearrested and produced before the court. In all those matters, Ahlmad will put up the orders received from the Honorable High Court before the concerned court and receive further directions from the court. Then he will issue and enter the rearrest warrants in register number 16. और ये कहाँ पे है? वो High Court Rules and Orders, Volume 6, Part BV. उसके बाद Ahlmad will send the warrants to the concerned police station for execution. अब similar action may be required where convict files appeal against conviction. Where convict on bail is not present before the Honorable High Court, or where appeal is dismissed, then rearrest warrants are to be issued. When such convict is produced before the CJM, then sentence warrant has to be prepared. The Honorable High Court has to be informed on the completion of the process. The bail bonds and surety bonds, if any, executed by the accused convict before CJM, shall be forwarded to Honorable High Court for being placed on the record of appeal file. अब commitment of cases में Ahlmad की क्या duty है? He shall receive the file with the order of the presiding officer, arrange the file in accordance with instructions contained in Volume 4, Chapter 16, Part E, High Court Rules and Orders. He shall attach statements under Section 164 of the CRPC, dying declaration, if any, which are lying separately. Prepare index of the file. Check for any unsigned exhibits or on documents or statements. He shall prepare a calendar. Issue notice to the public prosecutor regarding commitment on form number 31, Schedule 2, CRPC. Make entry in register number 1 in column number 14 and 18. Then he will prepare letter reporting committal of the case to the sessions on form number 144, Volume 6, Part B, 3, High Court Rules and Orders. He shall make necessary entries in dispatch register and transmit the file to the Court of Sessions. He shall comply with the directions contained in the chapter of transmission of record. अब अगर फाइल रिसीव होती है तो अहमद क्या करेंगे? He will check the file and tally with the index. आप सब डॉक्यूमेंट्स इंडेक्स के साथ कंपेयर करके चेक करेंगे कि सब है कि नहीं. ये अहमद बीच में थैंक्स का कुछ आ रहा है, आई डोंट नो, आई होप आई एम ऑडिबल. Put up the file before the presiding officer, who shall order registration of the case. On receipt of the record with orders of the presiding officer to register the same, making entries in register number 5. Then the Ahlmad shall prepare fresh index for sessions trial. Proceed with the matter as fresh institution and comply with the orders time to time. अब if the sentence, जैसे आपको आता है जब सेंटेंस की कंफर्मेशन के लिए आता है हाईकोर्ट से, तो अगर सेंटेंस ऐसा है which has to be referred to the High Court for confirmation under section 374 of the court CRPC, then the record of the Court of Sessions, with the exception of the final judgment, should be submitted in original. In addition to the typewritten copy of the judgment, which takes the place of the original, 2 extra typewritten copies will be forwarded for use in the High Court together with typewritten copies of the documents, जैसे कि first report at police station, if any, inquest report, statement under section 364 CRPC, examination under section 364 by the magistrate, magistrate's charge sheet, record of evidence in court of session, with any further examination under section 364 CRPC and altered charge, if any. Then material documentary evidence and record of verdict by the jury. Whenever the appeal of a person convicted by a court of sessions is forwarded to the High Court, particular care should be taken to see that the petition of appeal is accompanied by a typewritten copy in English of the whole proceedings of the sessions trial. When the sentence is one of the death or imprisonment for life, 2 typewritten copies of the record should be sent. Then the reference to High Court should be in prescribed form. Then जहाँ पे appeal होती है in criminal cases, appeal filed fresh institution, checked by reader, necessary orders passed by the court. Then if sentence is suspended, bail bonds are to be furnished by the convict before the court. Then Ahlmad shall forthwith issue release warrants. He shall make an entry in dispatch register, hand over the release warrant with due promptitude to the Naib Court for onward transmission to jail. Then a personal bond to be executed by the accused convict in jail shall be returned to the court. On receiving the same, Ahlmad shall place the same on the record with bail bonds. Where appeal not dismissed summarily and admitted for hearing, in that event, Ahlmad shall notice of time and place of hearing to be issued to the appellant or to his pleaders. Such officer as the state government may appoint in this behalf, prosecutor जैसे हैं. Then if appeal is from a judgment of conviction in a complaint case, then to the complainant. If an appeal is under section 377 or section 378 CRPC, then to the accused. Notice should accompany copy of the grounds of appeal. When the appeal is finally decided, the Ahlmad shall enter column number 7 of register number 6, prepare release warrant and send it to jail. And in case of reduction of sentence warrant, a reduction of warrant, send it to jail. Then file of trial court shall be returned to the same quarters from which it was requisitioned, along with copy of judgment that has been passed in appeal. He will make entries in dispatch register to that effect, and then appeal file shall be consigned to the record room. Then what is the procedure where bail bonds are forfeited? The Ahlmad shall thereupon open a new file containing the bails or bail orders, personal bonds and surety bonds executed by the accused and surety along with orders of the court forfeiting the bail bonds. The Ahlmad shall enter this file in the relevant register number 3 and assign the file number on the said file. When the court passes an order for the recovery of the bail bond amount as fine, the reader shall immediately make an entry of the said amount recoverable as fine in his fine register and get it attested from the court. The Ahlmad shall then issue process for the recovery of penalty amount as fine and continue to issue the process till the same is recovered from the defaulters. And if the penalty is not paid and it cannot be recovered, although repeated processes were issued, the person so bound as surety is liable to imprisonment to civil jail for a term which may extend to 6 months. And Ahlmad shall submit the file in the court by making its entry in the court list with the report that the penalty has not been paid and for taking further action under section 446(2) CRPC for imprisonment of the surety. Of cancellation of court fee stamps. The cancellation of court fee stamps shall be effected when a document bearing a court fee stamp is received by a court competent to receive the same. When a court fee stamp is paid in on account of process fee, when a court fee stamp is affixed to a document issued by any court or office, then the record of a case in which court fee stamps have been filed is finally made over to the record keeper for safe custody. अब इसमें क्या steps follow करेंगे? Court fee stamps falling under clauses A and D of the rules shall be cancelled immediately on receipt of the document or stamp by punching on the stamps with a round punch so as to deface them. Affix your signature and date across each label in durable ink so that the signature crosses over the punched stamp. Or with regard to documents falling under clause C, cancel the stamps by punching out a portion of the label in such a manner as to remove neither the figurehead nor the part of the label on which its value is expressed. अब part C में है, when a court fee stamp is affixed to a document issued by any court or office. अब certificate है, whenever the custody of the court containing court fee stamps is transferred from one official to another before final disposal, the receiving officer shall examine the court fee stamps in the record and either certify on the index of the papers that they are complete or immediately bring it to the notice any deficiency as the case may require. So indicing of papers, consignment and checking of records के बारे में, pending cases में each civil and criminal record shall have prefixed to an index और index में regular entry होती रहेगी. अब हमारे पास time कम है. Documents such as bill, pronote, checks, etc. shall be shown in red ink in the index. The party producing the document is to provide a strong cloth-lined cover along with photocopy of the document. Where document produced during the course of hearing, it shall be the duty of reader to enter the same himself in the index or have it entered by Ahlmad in his presence in the index before sending the record back to the Ahlmad. अब decided cases में index prepare होगा. Arrange the records in columns or nathis as prescribed each part, that is nothing, there shall be a separate index, part A, part B. Then attach certificate at the foot of the index duly signed by the Ahlmad and make over the record to the record keeper. जहां not to be destroyed लिखना वहां लिखा जाएगा रेडिंग से कि ये रिकॉर्ड डिस्ट्रॉय नहीं करना. तो पार्ट बी है shall consist of all papers not included in part B. और हर एक का इंडेक्स बनेगा, डॉक्यूमेंट्स वैसे ही रखे जाएंगे. In original cases tried by a court of session, the index of papers, order sheet or chronological abstract of the order, the charge, original and as amended by the sessions judge, all deposition of witnesses and statements of accused persons, including deposition and statements transferred from the file of the committed magistrate. Then all documentary evidence, the final order, the verdict, all notes in the handwriting of the judge or the judgment or order of the High Court as a court of appeal, reference or revision, warrants returned after execution of sentence, and all proceedings relating to the realization of fines. तो ऐसे मैजिस्ट्रेटियल इंक्वायरीज में भी सारा कुछ आएगा. Then consignment के time, records of cases decided by all criminal and civil courts, excepting those courts which have separate record rooms of their own, are consigned to the district record room under the control of the deputy commissioner. So custody जो है वो record keeper के पास चली जाएगी. अब जो as per High Court rules and orders, volume 4, chapter 16, part D. Ahlmad is the custodian of the file. और उसके बाद रिकॉर्ड कीपर. तो अभी टाइम कम है तो इससे ज्यादा नहीं किया जाएगा. बाकी एवरीथिंग हैज बीन कवर्ड अप. So thank you so much. In case you have any doubts, we can clear up in the evening. Thank you so much.